An almost 2-hour meeting of federal Liberal MPs has voted to stick with the government policy on same-sex marriage. Only 7 of 83 members voted to change the policy, which means Parliament will again be asked to approve a plebiscite. In a moment, we'll get the latest from our political editor, Chris Uhlmann. But first, Greg Jennett looks at the final arguments made before Liberal MPs retreated into their special meeting.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Winter's blasting a rainbow's arc over Parliament and propelling an early and brisk re-entry to the capital.
Looking forward to a good week in Parliament.
I'm sure there will be a constructive and productive discussion in the party room.
Before the private talks came a fully public discussion.
I don't want to prejudge any meetings, as I've said on ABC television this morning. I actually want to end this debate. I actually want to get to the point where we have a vote in the Parliament.
Quite frankly, I'm absolutely sick to death. I just want to get it off the agenda. People are just saying, let's move on. There are lots of other issues that we have to debate.
It's time for the party to put the matter to rest once and for all.
A second attempt at a plebiscite bill now looms.
Our preference is to do that through a compulsory attendance plebiscite, and legislation to that effect will come back before the Senate, we hope, this week.
And if the Senate blocks it again?
The government believes that there is a legal and constitutional way forward to give the Australian people a say through a non-legislated, voluntary, postal plebiscite.
There will be disappointment felt from coast to coast tonight in Australia as the government has yet again decided to delay, drag on and disappoint people.
Same-sex marriage advocates would threaten a rush to the courts.
The government does not have the power because there's no legislative authority to spend that money.
Even without a legal hitch, the process of securing a parliamentary vote will take time. The quickest estimates are for a postal ballot towards the end of this year, before the matter's finally settled in this place in 2018. And each passing month feeds a grand Labor narrative.
Doing everything they can to delay marriage equality in this country.
That equality delayed is equality denied. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.
And political editor Chris Uhlmann joins us from Parliament House. Chris, how successful has this party room meeting been? Has this resolved the issue in any way?
Well, Louisa, it depends on how you judge it. In the eyes of those that wanted to maintain the status quo in the Liberal Party room, then it's been very successful. Only 7 members voted in favour of change out of a party room of 83, so a resounding success for them. But does this resolve the issue in any way? Well, look at the process. The process is to try and go back to the Senate and get through a vote that they couldn't get through last time. Failing that, to have a postal vote, which may well be open to a legal challenge that could be successful. That will all take time. They continue to talk about it, and then eventually it would work its way back to Parliament and a free vote if the postal vote returned a yes. So that is a long and complex process, likely to keep this issue as a talking point for quite some time to come.
And Chris, what does this mean for Malcolm Turnbull?
It means that the frustration we saw from the Prime Minister last week when this issue continually interfered with the messages that he was trying to get out is likely to keep re-emerging. And don't forget, there's always the outside possibility that a frustrated MP from that party room, one of the 7 that we know was in favour of it, may seek to try and cross the floor and force a vote in Parliament. So Malcolm Turnbull will have this issue dogging him until such time as there is a free vote in Parliament. And when that might happen, that's anybody's guess.
Chris Uhlmann in Canberra, thank you.